Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. This is actually going to be an Xyz challenge between me and my opponent. He's going to be playing Galaxy Eyes, while I'm going to be playing my Kashtira deck, as you can see from my hand, and it's a back and forth duel, but you'll see whoever gets the upper hand, but with the support, you'll know most of the support is from Photon Hypernova, so it makes the duel that more interesting to watch. Just to see how which deck is better in comparison. So even though Photon Hypernova seems like it's meant for like mainly Galaxy Eyes, but it's mainly to basically overwhelm other decks using Kashtira cards. And the hype goes for the Theosis that you see in hand, the Pressure Planet Wraith Soth, um, the Kashtira Arise Heart, and then the reason why I bring that up because of how big the value was back then, and then they suddenly drop, and people realize they are still competitive, but not as broken as they seem. So he has a similar effect where if he summons Galaxy as Photon Strike, he can look at my extra deck, and he banishes one of my monsters from the extra deck. But if it's a number, he can special summon it to his field. So yeah, people shouldn't really buy into type for Castor. I waited. I'm specifically when I build decks on Dueling Book, I want to play based on cards I actually own. Tell me, be able to see whether it's worth playing it at locals or at competitive regionals. But it gives you a hint what one might like, not what you'll face in the meta, whether this deck is capable or not, and it gives you ideas so that it can help you figure out when you head to a tournament in real life. So whether it's your locals or it's a regional. So, but besides that, I think he had a response. So his Photon Lord goes off for resolves first, since it's a quick effect. So in the meantime, during main phase, I'll activate the Pressure Planet Racial. I already have the three. I already have like four of my best cards in hand and field, which you can see right now. That's fine. He's gonna negate and shuffle them back to the deck, but it doesn't stop me from what to do right now. So I'm gonna switch some Fenrir in attack mode. Gonna use the effect search, and then he's gonna chain with Photon Art to negate. And when he does, I'm gonna use Kashtira Theos, which I'm not finished here. So I'm gonna use Ogre. Okay, wait. Does it get destroyed? I'm confused. Oh, okay, my bad. Oh, I forgot. It does destroy. Oops. It was a Galaxy card. Okay, and that was my bad. So, but before I activate Theosis, I'm going to revive the Fenrir, and then I'm going to special summon the Ogre. Already, because it already resolved Theosis, it would have definitely resolved out since I managed to retrieve my Fenrir that was destroyed. So there was no reason to replay everything. It was just going to be a hassle. I was just getting straight to the point, you understand? So when I attack with Fenrir, I'm used the effect to banish his Photon Lord. On top of that, his Photon Vanisher will be destroyed by battle and take 400. Going straight to main phase 2. Going to go into Shangira. On this one card, and I pass it to my opponent. Stand by, I'm going to use this effect. Special summon Fenrir in defense, which is the right call, obviously. He's going to activate Last Hope Numbers. And when he does, before he XC summons, I have a response. I'm going to activate Kashtira Big Bang, banish, and he gets to choose, not me, so he's going to have to banish one of his monsters. It's either going to be his Photon Dragon, or it's going to be his Galaxy Knight. So he can only control one of them. So I'm waiting for him to do something, yeah. So which is pretty smart actually. So because Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is basically the core of this deck, and you get to resolve other monster effects, especially if it remains on the field. You want to have it face up, like you're going to see right now. He's probably going to use the Galaxy 100 spell, special summoning or banishing Diabolos. So it pretty much gave him the advantage at this point. So I'm surprised he didn't attack though. I feel like he had every opportunity, but he's gonna chain. All right, he's gonna chain with transmigration again. Doesn't get its effect. I assume he gets shuffled to the deck or whatever. But I just forgot about him. Use Kashtira Bird's effect. If he has a response, he has no response. Again, this is probably gonna be a quick duel. Probably because he halved his life points. I already used Bird's effect. It already resolved. None. I'm gonna search um, using Ogre. Then Kashtira Fenrir's effect will activate, allowing me to search for another Kashtira monster besides itself. I mean, you can include itself, but just letting you know I'm going to add something besides Fenrir since I already used its effect, which I'm obviously going to go into Unicorn just in case. So using Unicorn's effect to search for Theos, even though I already have Theos, just in case. So switch them both all to attack besides Rise of Heart's effect will activate. As you see, what's going to happen. There's the tier limits. He banishes 3 face down. I'm going to use Kashtira Scareclaw's effect. Banishing Theosis. Retrieving my tier limits Kashtira. And I'm going to go to number 11 Big Eye to gain control of his Galaxy Eyes, just in case. And especially summon the tier limits Kashtira, as you see right now. And he's forced to mill another 3, but he's milling to the grave instead. I'm going to go into battle phase. Pretty much should be game, so I'm going to banish face down. It's already game, you guys can already tell. It doesn't seem like a back and forth duel since my opponent didn't deal any damage to me. But it's the fact that we were trading blows with each other, summoning monsters, getting rid of each other's cards, that kind of thing. Even though he didn't do anything to my life points, he didn't scratch any of my life points, it was the fact that me and him were able to actually go back and forth, use one of our cards to negate card effects, get rid of the cards, rid cards on the field, and trade blows with our monsters, one another, and defeat each other's cards head to head, like with no like I could say without giving any second thought, just like I said, just trading blows, as if how a duel. This is how a duel should be. How should be seen. This is how a duel. I feel like this is how a duel should be noticed, and that's what makes the game that more fun. If players can actually have the chance to actually compete and get a chance to actually go head to the opponent and be able to make it to the point where that they can actually interact with each other. Because if you stop opponent from doing anything and it's like you go first, you have card effects that negate, destroy, or just prevent your opponent from doing anything. If you prevent the opponent from doing anything, there's no interaction at all. But we were able to interact. We managed to resolve our cards. We didn't stop each other from doing anything. He managed to do that, but he didn't have too many card effects. It's just that he might have, but it wasn't as absurd compared to other decks out there, like, because a lot of decks revolve. He was probably just lucky. Who knows? He probably doesn't see his transmigration off that often. But it's like there are players who build a deck that revolves around just stopping the player from doing anything, and as well as going first. If they build a deck that revolves around going first and just stopping the opponent from doing anything, yes, that is going to be hella impressive. But as duel, it doesn't seem that way because we managed to trade blows and we were able to enjoy the duel. He didn't have an issue. We weren't arguing with each other. That's how you could tell that there was no problem throughout the game. And again, hope you guys enjoy the duel. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. And just to admit, this duel was honorable and there was no complaints whatsoever.